All right, hi everyone, welcome back to Power BI series. This is lecture number 8, and now we are going to start with our mini project. In the previous videos, we have already learned about DAX, we have practiced the DAX, and now this is time to start building the projects inside the Power BI. The first lecture, which is on the project, is lecture number 8, and we are starting with the mini project of Bitala Brothers e-commerce sales insight. So this is one of the brand which we have inside our country in India, and I have taken this Bitala Brothers example, who is running their e-commerce sales business, and they wanted to build a Power BI dashboard to get their sales insight across the country. So whenever we are going to start with any Power BI project, or kind of any sales insight, or any kind of insight project, what we have to do, first of all, the project always starts with the business requirement and business problem. So what is that business problem and requirement? Pitala brothers are facing issue, to track their, basically whole e-commerce sales data. They don't understand, which part of the country is failing, which part of the country is, getting success. Yes, they are getting bunch of, the Excel files on, month-wise basis from, managers of different, you can say, part of the country, basically from the different states. But they are very, it's a tedious process. They have to go through each and every, this sales report, or basically you can say excel file, and they have to get their insights manually. And they don't want to do it. They want a centralized dashboard where they can track each and everything, like sales per month, amount sold per month, and all those things. So what we have done, we have created this scenario, and in real world business also this kind of scenario happens. You first have to gather the project requirement, and this is what the requirement is. What I have done, I have created this particular PDF. Let me open this, and you see, this is the, you can say this is a project requirement document, or you can say the whole kind of, where each and everything is mentioned, what you need to build as a data analyst or business analyst, and what you need to not build, like that. All the business requirement, business problem, and how we are going to solve that business problem. So you see, the title is Bitala Brothers Sales Analytics and Performance Dashboard. This is what we need to build. Now there is something called as aims grid. Okay, what is this aims grid? So whenever we create any BI project, maybe in Tableau, in Power BI, any analytics project, it always starts with aims grid. Meaning, you first need to understand what is the aim, that is business objective. You also have to understand what are the inputs, so from where you are going to get the input to solve that business problem. What is the mechanism to solve that business problem, and what is the success criteria? This is called as aims grid. Now if you see over here, our aim is, the primary aim to of this project is to provide end-to-end sales performance visibility of for Pitala Brothers by building an interactive Power BI dashboard that enables management to monitor overall sales, profit, quantity, and AOV. AOV stands for average order value. I will talk it about more. Then we have to identify high and low performing categories, subcategories, states, and customers. Analyze monthly and quarterly profit trend, understanding customer payment behavior, support data driven decision to improve profitability and operational efficiency. So basically they want to track these all matrices. Okay, now input is, now this input won't come in just one single go. It's like, no, you will join the organization and you are going to get this aims grid and then you will start doing it. No, this someone, your senior data analyst, or maybe data engineer, they and your business team, they are going to work together, and they are going to analyze what are the data sources, meaning input. So in order to achieve this business goal, you need a data, right? Then only you can create this. So from where you are going to get this data? So together, your senior data analyst, business analyst, and maybe someone from business side, they are going to sit together, and they will discuss, they multiple meetings will happen, and then only this input data requirement will, you will be able to identify. So let's say, for this time being, this is ready-made available for us. We have done the meeting, and I'm providing this to you directly. So we have one table in our uh, maybe database, we call it as a sales transaction data, where we are tracking all these things: order date, customer name, state, quantity, sales, payment mode, everything. So see, for example, if I take the example of maybe Flipkart, so they have this something called a CRM, customer relationship management, right? Where, so whenever you go to their website, you purchase anything, so that data, so whatever you have buy, with what amount you have buy, at which time you have buyed anything, so that whole data will be stored inside a CRM. And then CRM, customer relationship management system, that from that data we are going to store it, maybe MySQL database, or maybe NoSQL database somewhere, right? So you can consider this is that data only, that we are storing it in MySQL database. Then you have business dimension like time, geography, product, customer, payment mode, right? Now you have tools and technology: Power BI desktop, Power Query Editor, and all those things which you already know, and Power BI services optional for sharing. So once we build the entire dashboard, it's not like you just have to build it and then it's done. No, you need to share this with your Pitala brothers, because they are the founder and CEO of the company, right? And they want to track each and everything. So that's why we need to share this with them. So in order to share this, Power BI service will come into the picture for sharing this dashboard with them. Then we have this mechanism part. So mechanism part, again, how we are going to solve this, how the solution is going to work. Now again, this is not going to come in one meeting. Multiple meetings will happen. Senior data analyst, scientists, and maybe senior business analyst, they will curate the data, and after curation they will think of how they are going to solutioning it. So they are going to prepare this mechanism, that they are going to first do the data preparation, all these things. Then they will do data modeling. Remember, in data modeling we connect multiple tables, right? Then they create the measure and KPIs. Then there is going to be a dashboard and visual with all this requirement which Pitala brothers has said, right? Then they are going to see how they can share the insight interactivity. Okay, so that was the mechanism. And then we have something called as success criteria. So any project, you build the dashboard, you can't call it is that is the success of your project. No, end goal was not to build the dashboard. End goal was to take a better informed decision, and maybe improve the operational efficiency for Pitala brothers. So multiple stakeholders will come. Maybe Pitala brothers also will come into this meeting, where they will define the success criteria. It's not like we just build the dashboard and done. No, that is not the thing. So multiple stakeholders will sit together, and they will decide what should be the success criteria. So they have written this bullet point like faster decision making using real time insight. This is one of the success criteria if we build the dashboard properly. Identification of loss making month and categories. So if we are able to properly identify loss making months, so let's suppose in January we are making profit, but in February we are losing on profit. So why is that? If we are able to identify those month category wise, then we can call it as, yes, it's a success matrix. Then improve focus on high profit customer and state, so that we can do our focus on high profit customer and state. So likewise, other things are also there. Sorry, let me go here. Yeah, better payment mode strategy. Let's go here. Yeah, better payment mode strategy based on customer behavior. So we can understood, okay, what is the best payment mode we can provide. Maybe customer facing online payment, we can maybe add payment gateway integration, something like that we can do. Then technical success matrix, this is for you. So this is when data analyst will create, so this success matrix is for them. Dashboard refresh without error, measure returns accurate values, clear, intuitive, and visual consistent design, right? So these are their technical success matrix, but we always have business success matrix along with the technical success matrix. Then there is something called as user adoption. If user is not using this dashboard, I mean Pitala brothers is fine, there is no use of it, then there is no and maybe CEOs or CXOs, if they are not using it, then they will say there is no use of it, right? So stakeholder can answer key business question without external analysis. reduce dependency on manual Excel report, right? So they don't have to rely on manual Excel report. They can just come to this particular dashboard, they can see, they can do whatever they want to do, and then finally they can get their question answered with this help of this dashboard, right? So key business question answered, like which month and quarter are most profitable, and all these things. See, these are some questions they can ask, right? And then you write a final deliverable in your thing, right? A fully interactive Power BI dashboard that provides a 360-degree view of Pitala Brothers sales performance and supports strategic planning and operational improvement, right? So this is how a, you can say, your basically aims grid or project structure project requirement document looks like, right? Where you write each and everything properly, and that is how you become, from data analyst to senior data analyst to maybe, more higher level roles. It's not like, so once this will be created, then your manager or maybe senior analyst people will come, and then they will, maybe they will give this particular task to data analyst 1, then maybe this particular task to data analyst 2. Likewise, they will, have 2 data analysts or 1 data analyst, depending upon the organization and their, purchasing power, basically, to have the employees, and based upon that they can kick off this project. So this is how in the industry projects are being developed and built, right? Cool. So now we have a whole idea on the, project title, what is the aims grid, what is the, business problem which we are going to solve. We also know the KPIs which we need to build. You see, the KPIs are, we need the, monitor overall sales, profit, quantity, AOV, identify high and low, all these things I have already written. You can go through this document, I'm going to provide it in the description box, right? Now let me show you, once you build the dashboard, your final dashboard, how it is going to look like. So this is a dashboard look. You see, we have Pitala Brothers sales insight over here, and see how we are doing. We are having total sum of amount, sum of quantity, sum of AOV. AOV stands for average order value. We will talk it about once we start with this dashboard design. Then we have this sum of profit. These are some filter quarter wise, they can apply filter and then they can see the result. They have this sum of profit by month, sum of amount by year, sum of amount by customer name. So they, from here they can identify their top customers, from here they can identify their top subcategories, right? From here they can identify their top states, how they are performing. From here they can identify, their payment mode, how much payment is coming from payment mode. You see, COD is giving almost, how many percent, 44%. So COD is their preferred way, right? So people are coming to their once they are delivering the goods, then people are doing the COD. But maybe they want to focus on this part, why people are they not trusting them, or something is going wrong, so that they can, improve on this particular part, right? So we are going to build this dashboard. Let's get started. Now for this I have see, in the real world industry, your data engineer will go to, your CRM database. From there, from MySQL or NoSQL, from there they are going to take out all the data. They do data engineering and all those stuff, so that they can clean the data, and then they are going to dump this data into data warehouse. Okay, and then finally from that data warehouse, data analyst team will go to that data warehouse, and from there they are going to connect that with the Power BI to do this analysis. It's not like you are going to get the CSV file or Excel file and then you are done. No, that is not how the real world projects executed, right? So but for this project, what you can consider, that your data engineer has already done the hard job. They have created the data, they have stored the data into the data warehouse, and you have downloaded the data from the data warehouse. So it looks something like this. But in upcoming, you can say videos, or upcoming you can say lectures, I'm going to show you the connection with the database as well. So don't worry about it. We are going to see with respect to real MySQL or PostgreSQL database, and then how we can connect to that database, get the data, and then we can start building the dashboard. But this is a since mini project, I'm going to show you this. Now we have this two CSV files, details and orders, right? Let me load this CSV file inside the Power BI, and then I will show you. I'm going to give you all these things inside the description. You can check it from there. So now I'm going to launch my Power BI. Alright, I will choose a blank report because we are going to start from the fresh, and I can go to the full screen mode. Let me get the data. So it's a CSV file. I am going to click on this. It will take some time. So you see we have this orders.csv file where we have this order ID, order date, customer name, state and city. These are our clean data, but in CRM database this is not how the data you are going to get, right? This is, you can say, a hard work of data engineer who has cleaned the data and given you in this format so that you can create the visualization out of it. Columns are not able to identify it properly, but don't worry, we are going to transform the data. Right now I'm just simply load it. Alright, so this data got loaded. Now let's another table as well, which is details.csv. So here you see we have order ID, amount, profit, quantity, category, subcategory and payment mode, right? Let me load this data as well. So you see we have details and order tables available over here. When I go to my table view, so my details is properly, you see order ID, amount and all those things. These are payment mode, last column. When I go to orders table, see the columns are not able to read it properly, so I can go to here and say transform data. So it has launched this Power Query Editor, and there we go. In the orders we need to change this, so I will go to transform and say use first row as header. So that is sorted now. You can check for duplicates also. So what you can do, let me click here, right click, okay, anywhere you can, on any column you can right click and remove the duplicate rows. Okay, it is not coming. Let me see this. And also if you see this order date, this is not properly identified as a date, right? This is identified as a normal, you can say, text. So let me click on this and I go to data type and I will change it to date. Replace current, add a new step. I will say replace current. Okay, I got some error. Let me do command Z. Okay, so I have reverted this step. Fine. Next I can see, I can't see any duplicate values by the way, but yes, you can right click. Right now it is not loading in my system. You can right click and remove the duplicates, right? That is for sure. Okay, some column got removed. Let me close this as well. Okay, let's go to the details, and from here also see you can do whatever you want to do. Right now I think it's all good. We don't have to do much of data cleaning over here. The only thing was, like, I converted this first row as a header, and this order date we will tackle it. Let me just close this for now. Okay, I will say close and apply. But yeah, if you think there are duplicate rows, I know I have worked with this data, there is no duplicate rows, but if yes, you know the steps, right? We have covered each and everything in our Power BI series, so you can do that. Now let's start, building our dashboard. Okay, so you see, before building the dashboard, we need to go to the model view and we need to connect the two tables. By the way, this is connected automatically once we have with the help of order ID, right? And you can see the cardinality as well, it is many to one. So we have many to one because here we have many records. In orders we have a single record of order ID, right? Cool. Now I can come to report view and I can start building the dashboard, right? Okay, so let's get started. First of all, in the visual I'm going to put the title, so that we can understand what kind of visual we are making. So for that we can use this text box. Let me click on this and I will give the name as Bitala brothers sales dashboard. You can give any name. I like this name, so I'm going to give this, and I'm going to increase the font from 10 to maybe 30, 32. Enter it. Okay, and then let's make it in this way. Okay, Bitala brothers sales dashboard, and I want to center align it, so I will click on this and I want to make it bold. Okay, let me do this and then bold. So this looks good. This is my, you can say, kind of title I have, right, of my dashboard. Now also, if you have seen the dashboard which I have already shown you here, when you go to chapter number 8, you have this dashboard. So you see we are using some different background, right? So since we are using different background, we need to change this background from white to that. So for that you can go to this canvas and you have something called as canvas background. Now here there is a browse option. I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to give you this, both the JPG files in the description. You can choose any one of them. Let's say I'm going to use this dark gradient. Open it, and you see this dark gradient.jpg got selected over here. But you can ask me, okay, why? But still the the color or background is not changed, because we need to reduce the transparency. So let me reduce it to 0, and as soon as I do this, you see now my image is available over here. Now also let me change the canvas setting. I will go here, and from here, see, I'm choosing the custom, and I want to increase the height and width. So I'm going to use the height of 800 pixels and width of 13 or 1400 pixels. Okay, and also I'm going to change this vertical alignment from top to middle, or maybe top is also fine. Okay, I can increase the height even further by saying 900 pixels, so that it can fit into the entire canvas. Okay, if I require, I'm going to increase the height to 1000 also later. Right now this is fine. Okay, cool. So now I have done my canvas setting, and canvas background I have already changed it. Looks perfectly fine. Cool. Now remember, whatever we are going to build on this particular dashboard, it is going to align with our business requirement. It's not like you can build anything and then give to your stakeholders. No, it should be aligned with your business requirement. So we have already seen that PDF, and accordingly only we are going to decide it. So the first thing we need to build is something called as the stack column chart. So I have already written those things, so I'm going to refer it, or maybe I can refer it from here also. Maybe let me open that. Yeah, so you see this thing, sum of profit by month. I'm going to first build this particular chart. Okay, so sum of profit by month. So you see we have this profit column already available. Let me drag and drop it over here, and then we have this order date, but you see this order date is not properly identified as a date. So we need to first do the changes. So you can go to the table view, go to the orders, and you click on the order date, and from text you say date, you say yes, and it will change this automatically. See, now it got changed properly. Now okay, let me refresh the data, come to the report view, and as soon as I do this, see, now order date is coming as properly date. I can expand this to see the date hierarchy. We have year, quarter, month, day. I want to see by month wise, so I can select this or drag and drop this. Now as soon as I do this, you see, now I am able to see the profit by month wise. And let me reduce the size of this Bitala brothers sales dashboard a little bit. Yeah, so you see, now we have the sum of profit by month. Now let's do formatting, right? So we want to see this like this only, right? So let's do this. Now I can go to format your visuals. So you need to first select this, and then this option will come, format your visuals. So here you can see all the things, x-axis, y-axis. So x-axis meaning x, this is the x-axis, this is the y-axis. So whatever changes you need to do in the x-axis, you can go and do it here. From y-axis you can do, let me show you. For example, if I go to x-axis, let's say I don't want to show this month because this Jan Feb already understood that this is month. So what I can do, I can turn off the title. As soon as I do this, see, month was gone. Similarly, sum of profit, I need to turn off the title, that is gone. Now in the x-axis, I go to values, and first of all let me change the color. Or what I can do, before changing the color also, first of all I need to change the background of it. So I go to general, there is something called as effects. Now from the effects, I am first going to change the background. So I'm going to change the color to this one, white 30% darker, and you see now background got changed. And now I'm going to reduce the increase the transparency. So let's increase it. You see, as soon as I'm increasing the transparency, it is matching to my background, right? Let me increase it even further. Okay, and yeah, this looks good to me, right? I can once again go to, sorry, not here, select this chart and go to general, effects, transparency. Let me increase to 76%, so that I can see this thing, right? Now what I need to do, see this, now these are not visible, January, February and this thing. So what you can do, you can go to this canvas and then go to your x-axis, and then from here you can change the color to white, and now this is visible. Let's make it bold, and even let's make it 10. Same goes for y-axis. I'm going to make the y-axis values color to white, font to 10 and bold. And now you see this is properly coming. Another thing, you see, if I click here, you see the edges are very sharp, right? I need to make it a round corner edges. Also you see this sum of profit by month, this is not visible, so let's make that also visible. So once again I go here, and you see the grid lines are also coming. So first of all let me go to grid lines and turn it off. Now the grid lines are gone. Okay, apart from that, I once again go to the this, and also let's put the data label on. When you click it on, you can see this data's label will be shown over here. You can go to this and values, and then change the color to white, bold. Okay, so that you can see it properly. Now what are other things I need to make the changes is this one for title. So for title, you can go to general and then go inside the title, you change the color to white and make it center align. So sum of profit by month is showing over here. Great. And yeah, also let's make the round corner. So I go to general, effects, visual border, you need to turn it on, and then drop it over here, and then you need to increase the border corners. So if you're going to increase the pixel value, you see now it is becoming round edges, right? Let me click once again over here, go to general, effects, visual border, let's even increase it to 18 pixel, or maybe 22 pixels, and you see now they are round edges, right? So this looks good, right? Now let me click here once again, go to general, sorry, not general. Now let's say I'm good with this. Now let's say one more thing I want to do. If you see over here, so my negative values in the month which I'm not performing well, I need to show it with a different color, let's say. So how I can do that? So once again I'm going to click on this, format your visuals, and here you will see columns. So when you click on the columns, you see color is set it as a blue. You can change it. If you click, you can change it to any color. Let's say if I click on this, see color got changed, but this is applied on each and every bar. I want to change the color positive and negative. So for that, you will have this option called as f of x. When you click on this, so here you can select the gradient. You can change the color by rule, you can change the color by field value. For example, if you choose the gradient, so you can choose any gradient, right, from lower value to higher value. Add a middle color also. If you see, let's say if I click on this, so you see this is how gradient is coming. Let me do command Z. I don't want all those gradients and all these things. I want to do the only positive and negative values. So I'm going to once again click on this fx, and I'm going to select a rule, custom rule. Now this rule, on which basis I want to change the color? So I want to change the color based upon the sum of profit, right? Because here, if you remember, we have taken the profit. So if profit is positive, color should be different. If profit is negative, color should be different. So once again I will go here. I'm going to say rule from which field, with the help of sum of profit. And then here you see if greater than equal to 0% and less than 0 number, then this color. And I'm going to add a new rule. If greater than equal to 0 and less than equal to 0 number, so for less than 0, I need to make it, let's say, red color. So I will go more color, come to here, okay, choose this red color, say okay. And as soon as I do this, you see, okay, color is not red coming. Let me once again click here, but you can see positive, negative are getting changed, only the color difference is there. Once again I'm going to click on this f of x. You see I have chosen this and this color, so let me choose the different color, maybe blue. I will say okay. So for this also color got changed to blue. Now from here, let's say if I change the color to maybe this and say okay, so for this it is coming properly, see, negative color. Now let me choose some different color for this. For here you see we need a greater than sign, right, greater than 0, but we have less than only sign. So less than so here it is showing for less than 0. I can do from here, I can change it to number, right? See, percentage meaning you have the percentage greater than 0, but number is, when we have number greater than 0, and here and less than 0 number, so right, these are the less than number 0. Here you need to change it to percent, okay. Okay, this is not showing the error. Let me change it to percent only. Here it should be number, and here it should be number. Okay, and let's say if I give the this color, you see it is coming now. And let's say negative, I will just change the negative only to maybe um, red color or something else. I go here, I choose more color, red. This one is red. I'll say okay. See, this is showing red. Okay, now I'm going to reduce the size little bit and put it over here. All right, so my first card is available. You can see May, June, July and December, these are the months I'm making a negative profit. So maybe Pitala brothers can take action on these months why this is happening, right? Now the second chart which we are going to make is this one, um, sum of quantity by category. So I need to see quantity by category, right? So and this is going to be a the uh, pie chart. So for that you can select this pie chart or donut chart, basically not pie chart, and then we are going to put quantity and category. So we have this quantity, let me drag and drop it over here, and then we have category or subcategory, right? Category only. So we have this called as category. Let me drag and drop it over here. So you see we have clothing, electronics and furniture. Now the thing is, you can see this things are coming. Now you don't have to do the formatting again and again. You can click on this chart and there is something called as format painter. Let me click on this and then you can click on this particular chart. As soon as you do this, see, automatically most of the formatting is done. Now little formatting we have to do, category and for this. So what I can do, I can go to here and I can go to slices, color, this is fine. Detail labels, I can go here and you see from here I'm going to see data value percent of total. When you click on this or category percent of total, yes, so category percent of total, when I say, so I can understand furniture is this, electronics is this, and clothing is this, right? So this is how it is going to show the data, right? Now also if you go to values, you see color is white, which is fine, and display unit, it is in percent. I want to change it to 0, so let's make it percent to 0. So now it will show proper percentage wise, and let me make it bold and 10. Okay, bold was already there, just need to increase the font. Okay, and then we need to change this legends as well. So for that you can go to legends, and legend wise I need to text, need to change the color to white, and you see now it is visible properly. So now I can see for clothing this is this percent, for furniture 17%, for electronic 21%, quantity is being sold. Now let's reduce the size a little bit, yeah, and put it anywhere over here. So our second chart is now ready. Now third chart we have, let's say now we are going to design this KPIs. So we need to see sum of amount, sum of quantity, sum of AOV and sum of profit. So these are called as KPIs. Let's design this KPIs. So for KPIs there is this particular card called something called as this card. You can click on the card, and first of all we have this sum of amount. So we have this column already available, sum of amount. So I can click on this and you see sum of amount is directly coming. In order to format it, click on this, click on format painter and click on this, and that's it. See, formatting is done automatically. Now let's increase the size of the fonts. You go here, go to the callout value and click on bold and increase the font. So I'm going to increase it to maybe 22, and sum of amount. Category label, I'm going to change the color to white, make it bold. Yeah, this looks good. Now I can reduce the size little bit and put it over here. Now I'm going to control C, control V, going to copy this same thing. Okay, let me remove this, and here just I need to put what, sum of quantity. So we have, I'm going to remove the amount, I'm going to select quantity. That's it. Then we have the sum of profit. So once again control C, control V, put it over here, and I'm going to remove the quantity, I'm going to put profit. See, and then finally we have this AOV, sum of AOV. Now AOV, we don't have this column, average order value. Now what is average order value? Average order value is nothing but you're basically going to do the calculation between the, let me go to your table view and show you. If I go to the details table, so you see we have something called as amount, and we have quantity, right? So for example, if you have, so what is AOV, average order value? So for example, if you are getting 10 orders and their average order value, meaning if you are solding one order for 10 rupees, second order for 20 rupees, third order for 30 rupees. So what you are going to do, you are going to take all your amount and you are going to divide it by the number of quantities you have sold, so that you can get the average order value. So you take all the amount and you divide the total number of amount to get the average, right? So that is called as average order amount. So let's calculate this average order amount column. So for that you can come to this table and then say this, go to home, or home, and then say new column. I will give the name as AOV, and AOV is nothing but your amount divided by quantity, right? Quantity. Let me see if this formula is right or not. And by the way, these values are coming inside the dot value. I can convert it into a numeric value. So I click on this and go to table tool and column tools. From here, decimal number to whole number, I say yes. Okay, then I will come to report view. I'm going to control C, control V this, put it over here, and now you see we have this AOV available over here. So I'm going to remove the profit, I'm going to put the AOV, select the AOV. So you see I'm getting 121k. So this is right. See, you have amount divided by quantity, which is your AOV. So now this is fine. I have the average order value and their total, I have 121k, right? This is not the average order value, this is sum of order average value. Okay, so it is 121k. Now I need to remove this 0.01k. So for that I can click here, go here, go to call out value. Okay, and decimal places I need to make it 0. As I said, when I click on this, it becomes 0. So now I can see 121k, sum of average order value. Okay, cool. Next we have this, I need to see sum of profit by subcategory. So let's go here and do that. So what is this sum of profit by subcategory? So I can, what I can do, I can just go here, copy this, paste it, control C and control V. I can come over here and just change this only. Let's do this thing, dashboard. Let's put this over here, this thing over here, this over here, this over here. Okay, this over here, and yeah, maybe I can put this here, 4 items in line. I can reduce the size also little bit. See, all this formatting you can do however you want to keep your cards. It's totally up to you. Okay, fine, this looks good. Yep. Now, so I have copied this chart. Now here you see what we need to do. We need to put profit by subcategory. So I already selected this. I need to choose the profit, but here I'm not going to put month. I'm going to close this. I need to put subcategory, and you see, as soon as I do this, this is visible properly, right? Now I want to change it, from stack column chart to, this horizontal. So you can choose on this one. Okay, this one actually, yeah. So you see, I can see my sum of profits by subcategory, but I don't want to show all the subcategories. See where I'm, these are my negative one and these are my positive one. So either you can show all of them, or if you want you can apply the filter also. So you see, you have the filter here, right? You click on this, you have basic filtering. You can go for all this kind of filtering. Maybe you can select which one you want to show. So maybe I want to show all the negative ones. So negative ones are, you see, lagging, skirt, kurti, electronic gaming and furnishing. So ladies item are going into the negative one. So let's say I will say, where is that, electronics games. Okay, let me untick this. Then we have leggings, skirt and kurti. So leggings, kurti, right, skirt, and from here I have the electronic games. All are in negative. So you can do this kind of filtering. Or if you want to show top n, so I can go to maybe top products. So you can go to top n, and top n by what, top, how many top, let's say top 5, and then by what value. So we have profit, so you need to put the profit, drag and drop profit and over here, and then say apply filter. So you see, now you are only able to see the your top performing subcategories, which is printer, bookcase, sari and accessories. So you can apply those kind of filtering over here, right? By the way, if you want to see this, you can use your dex query, which we have learned in the previous, right? That is also possible. So whenever you are doing this filtering, what is happening behind the scene, it is creating a dex filter for us, right? Now let me remove all this filter for now. I don't want to apply any filter as of now, so I can remove this. See, there was a eraser button. When you click on this, all the filters are removed. For now I want to see all my subcategories, so I will keep it in this way only. Okay, let me reduce the size, and see, they can like scroll from top to bottom. Let's put it over here. Another thing is, like, we need to see this so this sum of quantity by payment mode also. So for that, once again I'm going to control C, control V this chart and put it over here, and this is your quantity by payment mode. So click here, quantity is there, remove this. Payment mode is available inside here, so select this payment mode. As soon as you do this, see, now this is very easy, right? Once you build one chart, and since you are using this format printer, it is very easy to build this. So now you can able to see this sum of quantity by payment mode also, right? Now let me click on this, click on format printer, and let's format this also. See, I selected this and a little bit it is changed. I need to change the color, so I select this, I go to this, and let's say white color. Cool. Now this looks good. and let's reduce the size a little bit of Bitala brothers sales dashboard. Cool. And I can put this below, little below, here and here. Oh, if you are wondering why I have kept some space over here, don't worry, I'm going to show you. I'm going to put one filter over here, which is this quarter wise filter. So that's why I kept some space for this. Okay, fine. Now let's move to the next one. We have this sum of amount by state. Now let's say state wise also I want to see. So once again I'm going to control C, control V this, and this time I'm going to see the amount. So I have the amount, and not subcategory wise but state wise. So I'm going to choose this, and you see only Rajasthan is showing in a different color. I don't know why. It is in positive only, but still no problem. Okay, there are some other also. Andhra Pradesh is also 13k, which is fine. Cool, this looks fine. Now the reason why Rajasthan is 22k, because this is sum of amount, but Rajasthan is making, you know, negative profit. That's why it is in a different color. So similar, you know, these sales are coming from Rajasthan only, Rajasthan and Andhra Pradesh, these two states. So you know, maybe we can focus on these two states, why they are, you know, giving this negative number to us, why they are not making profit for us, right? So this is how you can see the sales. Maharashtra is on number 1 and Madhya Pradesh is on number 2. So this is one another insight, you can get it out. Now let me reduce this size for this and keep it over here. I can move this over this side and this over here. Let me decrease the size for this. Okay, move this, and move this over here. Okay, this is going a little bit. I can reduce the size for this, then put it over here, and this one over here. Okay, this looks good. And I have this sum of amount by state. Cool. Now what is remaining? We are only remain with this 1 2 3 4 things. Now we want to see customer wise. I want to identify the customer, top customers, right? So sum of amount by customer name. So again I'm going to put this here. Now let's say sum of amount, this one, sum of amount by customer name. Let's drag and drop that, sum of amount by customer name. So again I'm going to copy this and paste this here, and we can get the sum of amount by customer name. So amount I already have. I need to deselect the state and select the customer name, and voila, you see now we have Harivans, Madhav. These are our top customers. Madhav, Madan, all these are our top customers. See, right? Though the colors are different, don't assume that this is red, so that's why this is, you know, giving you know, like negative contribution. No, Haris is on top, Harivans is on top, Madhav is on second top. These are our top performing customers. If you go down, Ashwin, Dinesh, these are the customers who are not, you know, buying anything. It is in K, so that's why it is 0.0. But when I go to the table view, and let me go to the order, sorry, details here. If you see the, okay, go to the order, you see the customer name, and if I go and filter by the name, which I see over here, let me cancel it, go here, the last name is Ashwin. So I go here, customer name, let me find it, Ashwin. You see we have this Ashwin. Let me only select the Ashwin and do this. You see this customer is coming from Goa. Okay, his order ID is this one, B25742, 25742, 25742, 25742, 25742. Okay, this one. Now let me only select this, and you see this Ashwin amount is 11. I am making a negative profit from this. He is only buying 2 quantity, but I'm not able to because it is buying the skirt and payment made by UPI, and I'm making a negative profit from him, right? So that's the problem, right? So this is how you can identify it. Now let me remove the filters. Okay, and from orders also let me remove the filter. Okay, and you see Harivans is on top, so let's identify the Harivans once again. I will search over here Harivans. See, Harivans is coming. His ID is 26055, 26055, 26055, 26055. If I come over here 26055, search and select this customer. So you see 26055. So Harivans is kind of customer, he is buying from us again and again. That's why the repeating entry is there. So you see we have amount 57 where we are making a profit of 7, then amount is 1250, we are making a profit of -12, then 671. So this particular customer is giving us a good profit, right? So that is why Harivans is on top. Let me remove all the filters. So this was just idea to show you why the Harivans is on top. Cool. I can come to now this view. Fine. So this is also done. Now okay, why this is not taking as bold? I can go here and go to general title. I need to make it a little bold, right? Yes. Now I click on format painter. I will click on this, so the title will become bold. Once again format painter, click on this, title become bold. Same for this, same for this, and same for this. Cool. Okay, here you see, but this becomes different. So again I need to go here and go to visual, go to legends, text, change the color to white. Okay, this looks good. Now next is we need to see this sum of amount by year and month. Okay, so this is a trend we want to identify. So let's do this and find the trend properly. So for that once again now I will select maybe blank. So I can select this blank line. Okay, let me do Control Z, select outside and then select the line chart, not over there. Okay, and what I want to see, amount and year versus month. So I will say amount, here I will say year and month, and you see now we have this. Now I'm going to click on this, click on format painter, click here, and as soon as I do this, see, I don't have to do much of my work. You see now I can see for January 2018 I have the total amount earned was 68.99. So this is a revenue, right? You can call it monthly revenue, and this was this they wanted to track, right? So that's why we have kept this monthly revenue as well. Cool. Let's increase the size little bit even more. right? And here you see we are getting this grid line. So let me click on this. You go to here and you go to grid lines. There is a vertical grid line. Let me off it, and now this is coming properly fine. So we have this revenue by monthly basis as well, right? Now we are only left with this filter and this filter. So let's put this filter. You see we have this quarter and I want to put the filter. So in order to put the filter, you have something called a slicer. So let's click on this slicer and put it over here. Okay, now what slicer I want to see? Quarter wise. So click on quarter. You see you have 4 quarter. I will go here, slicer setting. I don't want a vertical list, I want a tile. So I will click on this tile, and you see now my quarter is coming over here. Now what I will do, I will remove this first quarter header from here. So I go to general. Okay, header icon I will click off. Title is already off. I go to visual. Okay, from here selection, slicer header I'm going to make it off. And first of all let me click here, format painter, and click here, so that it is gone. Now it is in a format. Now I want to again, let me click on this and go here. I will go to values. Let me first make the color to black color so that I can see this. Bold it, increase the font to 12. Padding I need to increase a little bit, 5 pixel or 6 pixel is fine. Border is fine. Color is also fine. Line width I can increase to 2. And then background I will change the color to this one. All right, and you see now I can see this in this way only. See, quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, 4. Now when you click on quarter 4, see the data got changed according to the quarter 4. So this slicer is going to apply all the filters to each and everything. Quarter 3 wise data they can see, quarter 2 wise, quarter 1 wise, right? And if you remove, it will show for each and everything. Let me do little bit even more formatting. I will go here, values, background. I want to make it little more white, and then padding is 6. If I increase the padding, okay, this is fine, 4 pixel. Values, border. Okay, color is little bit, let's take even more white, this one. Yeah, this looks good. So see, now we have this particular filter working. Now we are left with the last filter, which is a state filter. So I want to see the data state wise, right? So this is a demand from the, you can say from the, these Bitala brothers. They want to see the data state wise whenever they want to see the state wise performance. So we need to add that filter. So for that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to once again take the slicer over here, and I'm going to take the state, and you see I can see all the state. Let me click here, format painter, and click on this. And as soon as I do this, you see this is coming as in this format. I don't want in this format. I can go here and say slicer setting. Instead of tile, I can say vertical list, and I can see all this over here. Or you can do command Z, and this is also you can give in this format also. It looks fine. See, earlier I have created in this way. You can give in this way also. See, for example, if I want to see the Delhi region, you click on Delhi. See, so Delhi wise everything is coming. You remove the filter, you go for Uttar Pradesh, everything will come as a according to Uttar Pradesh only, right? Here you see for this thing, okay, let me click here, click on format painter. This legend is not coming properly. Now when you click on this, see, this legend will also start coming properly. So I have prepared each and everything for Bitala Brothers sales dashboard. Now you can arrange this visual however you want. Okay, I'm fine with this. Okay, now let's publish this because we want to publish this to Bitala Brothers. So I will click on this publish button and I will say save. Okay, now it is asking me Power BI desktop and Power BI service work together, it is saying, and sign in to enhance your collaboration. It is asking my email ID basically. So I will provide my email ID. I'll say continue. Now it is asking me for the sign in, okay, to the Microsoft. It is asking for a work email. Okay, let's wait. Okay, so I checked this publish thing. It requires actually a work email. So basically what you have to do, first of all, you need to go to this particular website, and here you need to say try for free. Okay, and see, I am logged in, but you have to go to like use your work email address. Say this is my work email address. If you don't have the work email address, basically you can't publish it. Power BI and Microsoft has changed their terms. Earlier they were giving us free trial on with our Gmail ID also, but now they require work email ID to publish your work. Okay, but fine, I mean, if you go into your any organization, you are going to get this this thing like your work email address, and with the help of that you can obviously publish it. So that work email I have put it over here, and then once you click on the publish button, you need to save this, and then this is going to publish your entire report. See, it is asking for which workspace you need to publish. So it is showing my workspace. If you go over here after login, you will see there is something called as my workspace, and here we have workspace created, right? So it is saying my workspace. Let me select this, and now you see it is publishing. So this report is already published. Let me replace this. Okay, so it is publishing to Power BI, right? And you see it has published this PBIX format. Started.pbix is my file name. I will say got it. And now if you go over here, you go to my space, and you see you have this data model, semantic model, as well as the started your report. This I have given the name as started, so you have both the things. Let me go to this visualization, and here as you can see it is showing Bitala Brothers sales dashboard. If you click on quarter one, it is filtering. So you see this report is now available to Bitala Brothers, right? Now they can just simply create their account and just visit this page. Okay, now let me do one thing. I will simply copy this, and I am going to open with another email address, or maybe let me show you. I can go to Microsoft Edge, and I am going to paste this link. Okay, and you see here, yes, I am logged in with this, but this is my different email ID, right? And I can see this. So once you have created your email address, you can see this particular thing. Now let's suppose if you want to export this, you can do that. You can click on export, and you can export it as a PowerPoint or a PDF, right? You can share this also with Bitala Brothers. Now in order to share this report with Bitala Brothers, you need to upgrade to paid Power BI license. And when you are going to do this, by the way, you can also do this. You can also try free trial for 60 days. By choosing try free, you agree to this. Okay, so I will say try free. I'm going to use this paid service for 60 days. So I will click on this try free, and you see all paid features of Power BI are yours for 60 days. You will revert back to the features of your current license on this date. So I got all the Power BI Pro license for 60 days. Okay, I will say got it. Okay, and now you see, when you go over here, you see license type is free account, but I got the 60 days free trial. So now I can click on this share, and people in your organization, I'm going to just enter the Pitala brothers email address, because they are also working in my same organization. And once I'm going to do this, obviously they can see this report dashboard, they can interact with it, right? And whenever it is required, they can go and check the sales per month basis and whatnot. Now there is one more feature we call it as a refresh. So let's suppose next month will come, then your data will refresh, right, inside your database. So at that time they want to see the refresh data. Pitala brothers want to see the new data and not the old data. Accordingly, I mean, according to the new data, this entire thing should be refreshed. So for that, what we need to do, we need to connect our Power BI with that data source, and we need to schedule a refresh, right? We need to schedule a refresh. All right, now in order to schedule the refresh, what we need to do, we need to go to this particular website, and this table I have created, like where schedule refresh will work. If you have the free license, it's not going to work. So that we have already seen, like we have got the 60-day free trial, and it is going to work for the premium user only. Now once we have done that, I can go to this website which looks like this. Now this is what, see, why we have to go to this website, and we need to download the on-premise data source, the standard mode, because our data is residing in our local computer. Let's suppose if this data is available on OneDrive, you don't have to do this setup. By default the refresh will happen from the Power BI side. But since our data is in local, we need to download the standard mode. It's a exe file which will gonna look like this, gateway install.exe. I have already downloaded this file. Okay, now once you are going to download this file, and let me go and show you here. Inside the file explorer, you will see this, right, exe file. Now when you run it, it is going to ask you, let me run it once again. I have already installed it in my system, but when you are going to install it, it is going to ask you for your work email. You need to provide that, and you need to do some more little bit setting, and then just next, and you will be able to download this gateway properly. Okay, now see, it is loading over here. See, this is saying this is already installed for my system, so I'm going to close this. But you have to do this particular step on a very first priority. Now once you have done this, after that what you need to do, you go to your where you have published your dashboard. Now here we need to go to this particular setting, and then we need to go into manage connection and gateways. Okay, when you come over here, you need to come on this one, on premise data gateway. Now when you come over here, you see it is showing my gateway 1. Now from where it is showing my gateway 1, actually this is showing my gateway 1 because when you install this particular exe file which we are talking about, over there you are going to do this particular setting. All right, so this setting will come from that, and initially this won't show you, but once you are going to install that properly, the gateway will show it over here. Okay, now you can click on this gateway, and then maybe go to settings, and here you can provide the name of the gateway and change it, give the description, and you need to make sure all these 3 ticks should be available, because this is going to do the refresh on your data source. If you going to give the permission, then only then you need to save this and close it. Now once you do this particular thing, then you come to your workspace. Okay, and even before going to workspace, you can come to connection, and you need to make these connections. Okay, you need to first make these connections. Now how you are going to make these connections, so let me show you. You go to your my gateway. Okay, and right now this is enabled. If you are going to disable it, your refresh won't work. Okay, let's me enable this and say refresh. So see, it is saying online, and you can go to settings. Okay, here it is not showing. uh, so initially, you know, you will see only these two connections. You will not be able to see these two connections. Now let me go to settings of my connection. Now you see over here I have created a connection name. Now when this will ask, so basically when you are going on-premise data gateway, and then when you go to this your you know, your MySpace, and when you go your data, you know, this semantic model, you click on this three dot, and here you will have a settings. You go to this settings, and then here you will see gateway and cloud connection. When you click on this, you see here it will show my gateway 1, and from here only you see I have, it is showing my file path, local file path. So it is available inside this particular folder, my file order.csv and another file details.csv. So those connections, you have to make it here. It's a simple step. I have already recorded it, so you know, done it, so I'm not able to do it, show you it again and again. But you know, it's simple. You can click on this settings, and from here it will show these things. Okay, now let's go back to that here. So it will show your my gateway 1. Then you can go to this data source credentials also, where you need to make sure this details.csv and order.csv should show. Now once it is showing, and you need to map your connection also. So I have created a my connection 1, my connection 2. You can create your add a gateway, so another connection, and we have already created this my gateway 1 by downloading that exe file, remember. And now once you have done this setting, now if you go to your refresh, this will show you. And right now I have created the refresh frequency of daily. You can schedule on a daily basis or weekly basis, and I have given the time at 9 a.m. So at 9 a.m. this schedule is going to work, and you will be able to see the new data on a daily basis, right? Because in real world scenario you see the data on a daily basis, right? So this is how you add a schedule. Now I'm going to add a little bit, you know, like how we a video of how I have created this my connection, so you can see and see how this refresh is worked. So this thing, and that's it. All right, so now we have scheduled this everything. So let me come to this workspace once again, my workspace. Let's go to the report, and this is our report. Now we have scheduled everything. Our dashboard is ready. You can simply share this dashboard by providing, you know, a Bitala brothers email ID, and you are done. But still there is one more thing remaining. Now, you know, they can see the dashboard and they can take a decision, but they also want a report on this dashboard. Your Power BI, you know, you can say project is not done yet. You need to create the report. Now what is this report? So report is going to consist all your methodologies, whatever decision you have taken, and what kind of, you know, findings you have seen in this dashboard. You want to convey this to your CXOs, right? Basically CEOs, CTOs, and all those board members. So how you can do that? For that, let me show you. I have already prepared this. See, final stakeholder report. Let me open this, and this is how you are going to create your report. This is very important. Any Power BI project is going to consist this report. So see, I have written final sales performance report for Bitala brothers. This is executive summary. This report represent a comprehensive analysis of Bitala brothers sales performance using an interactive Power BI dashboard and whatnot. See, whatever they have asked for, we have created it. Then we have overall business performance. So we have tracked all these 4 KPIs. This is our observation and this is insight. Indicators healthy overall revenue generation, strong demand across product categories, profitable overall but margins vary significantly, high value order contribute significantly to revenue. So see, this is our insight. We have added this insight. Okay, this is a data analyst and senior data analyst, or you can say team of data analysts insight, so that Pitala brothers also can see like what insights you have given to them. Accordingly, they can take some action. Then they have this, like I have written key insights, you can read it about it. Then we have category level performance. These are, whatever you have created in terms of your basically charts, so that thing you have to write it inside your report. Now business implication, it's saying focus inventory planning and promotion around clothing, improve margin in electronics and furniture to balance profit mix, because in clothing we are getting high contribution 63%, electronics and furniture is 21% and 17% only. So in clothing we need to fulfill the, for in order to fulfill the demand we need to plan the inventory accordingly. This is our business insight. Similarly, you can go through this entire beautifully crafted you can say report, and at the end you will have the conclusion also, right? So this is how a entire you can say Power BI project we do. We create, we gather the requirement, we understand the business, we create the problem, then we create the solution with the help of Power BI dashboard, we publish it, we refresh it, and then we also create the final stakeholder report. And this is not the final report. Sometimes what will happen, after 1 month 2 month, some more KPI will be added, some KPI will be removed, some other things will be added into the dashboard. So this is a iterative process and it's a ongoing process. Cool. I hope you have learned so many things with the help of this project. In the next chapter, or you can say in the next video, I will be coming up with the next kind of another Power BI project, where we are going to connect our Power BI to maybe MySQL or PostgreSQL. So we will directly connect our Power BI with the SQL databases, and there also we will build another project. So see you in the next one.